Good evening, everybody. Just give us a few seconds here.
Hope everyone's having a good evening. Can you guys hear us
Can
okay?
you hear us okay? Loud and
Test,
clear?
1, 2, 3.
Yes. Thank you,
Awesome.
Patricia. Thank you, Nisha. Look at this lovely setting. This is virtual reality. I'm just lying. It's
Yeah,
actually
we're not actually
we're
in
not
Costa
actually in
Rica.
Costa Rica. We've been like lying to all of you for the last 3 days.
And no sunburn,
No,
as you can
we're
see.
okay.
No
We
sunburn.
promise.
No sunburn.
100%. You don't need to tell us to wear lotion. We're good. We wear it every day.
I mean, we
Sometimes
apply it
3
a
or 4
lot.
times a day.
We already went through a full bottle already
Yeah.
since we've been here. So it's just that, you know what it is the sun here in Costa Rica is very hot. I think all of us here who traveled here for the first time are realizing it's not the same heat as other locations.
And I'm opaque. Both of
Yeah.
us, we are white boys,
Yeah,
as
we're very
white as
white.
white could be.
Yeah.
But it eventually darkens. It does eventually darken. But we appreciate your concern. We really do appreciate your concern.
Yes, we just want to make sure that people understand that it's okay. We're doing good.
Hi, Mom. I just saw my mom's enjoy
So
TV.
So hopefully you guys are having. So we are at the Planet Hollywood in Costa Rica. We arrived on Saturday. It's been quite an adventure. We had a luggage situation that we had to deal with, which was solved yesterday. So some of the luggage did not
Hallelujah.
make it.
Luggage got here.
Yeah, so we had to do a lot of searching and
Sitting right beside us.
yes, we had to do a lot of searching and a lot of phone calls, but we eventually got the luggage here.
And I have to say this, I will say this, I will commend the hotel for helping us out as much as they could. Because
Yeah.
again, right, the hotel and the airlines don't communicate. They
They're
do,
different
but they're
companies.
totally different companies. So they were fabulous. They like called as much as they could to like find out about stuff, and they did whatever they could. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have found it yesterday. If it wasn't
Yes.
for Adrian from the Planet Hollywood, he was on it like all
Yeah.
night last night. And finally, we were sitting at dinner, and he sends me a message and a picture, and he's like, "Is this the bag?" And all I could think of was purple bag, green heart, purple bag, green heart, and it was a purple bag with a green heart on it. I was like, "Yes!"
Celebrated. We were very
We did.
happy.
I cried.
Yeah. So our flight here was good. We were lucky because no issues with delays. We got our flight was all, we got on the plane, we got to the airport, we got on the plane, we landed here. It was a little shaky on the landing. It was a little shaky on the landing,
Yeah,
but
there was some turbulence in the back, and it was kind of funny because we were sitting there and we were like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad." But then one of the people that was with us was a lot further back, and when she got on the shuttle, she's like, all the children in the back of the plane got sick. They had the little bags out, everybody. And this one little boy, apparently, who wasn't with his family, he was sitting alone. Like his family was at another seat. And because of the turbulence, they wouldn't let the parents come close to him. And he got sick all over his iPad. Luckily, this lovely person who is Sherry had like everything in her bag. So she helped him clean up his iPad and everything. We were like, "Oh my God, thank you, Sherry, for being the pharmacy on our trip." Yeah, definitely.
we call her Sherry's Pharmacy. That's what we call her on our trip because she has everything we need.
Oh yeah, she warned us. She's like, "If you need anything, Imodium, this, that."
And then when we landed, we got onto our shuttle. Our hotel is very close to the airport.
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
And we got to stop on the way, and we saw that picture of the sunset that was in the distance. The first picture I posted, that was our first official picture here in Costa Rica. And we made the Planet Hollywood, and let's just say this resort is amazing.
Well, and
it's amazing.
We were totally surprised because we got here, and you might have seen the TikTok where when we walked in, you saw the J, L, and N logo on the wall. We had no clue that was happening. That was all of our travel agents who organized that behind us with this huge surprise. And I guess it's a ritual for people to, when they walk into Planet Hollywood, whoever's in the lobby claps because there's a red carpet with like
a star.
Like you're walking you're in Hollywood. That's exactly how they treat you. They treat you like you're at Hollywood.
So we did that. We checked in. The check-in process was pretty good. We had to figure out some things with some rooms as well, but everybody got their room. And let's just say our rooms are amazing. We shared a video today. Jean-Luc put together. We shared a video today of our rooms. We have not seen our room from Planet Hollywood. Go to our profiles, go to social media, go to YouTube, and go watch what our rooms look like.
And guess what? The Planet Hollywood Resort asked if they can use our video in their promos now.
Today,
they actually
Planet Hollywood
reached out and said, "Can we use this?" And we're like, "Sure, we don't care for it."
Yeah.
Okay, and I have to add this because it is as funny as it's not funny. The poor individual who had the luggage issue got here and there was no name for them on their room either. No, like, what are the odds that the same person?
But they had a,
There was a room.
there were
It was just the wrong name.
names.
There was a misunderstanding there. It got solved, but still, like, we're like, really? Can anything else happen?
Yeah, and our room is, if you guys have seen the video, the room is amazing. It's one of the nicest rooms we've ever been in on any resort.
Mhm.
This resort is amazing. The only thing is there's a lot of hills.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just say that Jean-Luc and I have been getting our exercise.
We've not taken the shuttle.
There's shuttles, so you can take shuttles down to the beach because it is a hill. Costa Rica is all hills. On the hill every single day.
And walk up the hill.
We've not taken any elevators here because our building with the restaurant, the buffet's on the third floor. So we've not taken any of that. We've actually just taken the stairs.
This is where the silent disco was the other
Yes.
night. We're actually where the silent disco was the other night, which we've never seen a resort have a silent disco either. So we'll talk about that in a minute, though.
So first night, we all had dinner together at the buffet. The food's amazing here. We will say this. They have a lot of vegetables here.
Asparagus,
They have broccoli on every meal.
cauliflower.
Like I can have broccoli for breakfast. It's delicious.
Like we've never been. Like,
There's so many vegetables.
and we do not want to. We're not saying that other. Like we get every country is different,
Yeah.
right? We're. It's very interesting to see the difference from one country to the next.
Yeah.
How things are different. Again, depending on where the country is, how the country,
Yeah.
the temperature of the country as well. That really has a huge.
We're a little behind on videos and pictures. I'm only on day 2 and it's day 4, so we're gonna catch up soon. It's just it's been very busy with us the last few days. So Monday night went to bed early because I've been going to bed early every night. She didn't.
So guess what happened? So Monday night he goes to bed early, and what does Jean-Luc do? They have karaoke here every night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So myself, Pam, who a lot of you know, who's my interpreter friend, is on this trip with us, and her sister, who's never been
Out of the country.
out of the Canada before. This is her very first trip out of the country, her first experience seeing palm trees. So she was like, "Oh, I don't want to go to bed." Well, we go into the disco, and no lie, it was the busiest party I've ever been to on any resort. Guess what? There was 150 Canadians from Toronto here. They all worked for an advertising agency, and this advertising agency brings all of their employees once a year to an all-inclusive resort as a team building experience for 3 days.
Yeah.
And they were here, and
I was sleeping.
Nick was sleeping. It was insane. I'm like, I've never been at a resort that had that many people. It was a lot of fun. We got to meet so many people. Of course, Jean-Luc handed a business card saying, "Oh yeah, meet Jean-Luc and Nick." Like, look here's my business card. I have no clue what an advertising agency is going to do with my business card, but still, I was like, "Ah, this is what we do."
So then Monday, we woke up, we went to the pool for the whole morning. We had breakfast at the buffet, then
Yep.
went to the pool. The pool here is amazing. There's 2 of them. There's one that's a little bigger and there's one that's smaller. They both have bars at each pool. And the chairs here, you don't actually have to run and save a chair. There's actually chairs are available all the time. The chairs are super comfortable. They have cushions on them, and they're very for those of you who came to us to Mexico and Dominican, you remember those chairs? Well, these are not chairs like that. They're very comfy.
And it's really weird how this resort feels like there's not many people here, but there's a lot of people here. I've never been at a resort like this before.
And so that morning, you guys saw my walk, my first time ever waking up for a sunrise on a vacation. So I woke up and the sun wasn't up yet. I'm like, wow. I walked down to the beach. He was still sleeping, and I saw the sunrise for the first time. And what's cool about our resort is you can see the sunrise and sunset because of the way it's situated. It's facing south. You can actually see both sunrise and sunset.
We're in a bay.
And we're in a bay. We're not on the ocean. We're in a bay, so the water's as calm, and the tides go up and go down and up a lot. So you can actually in the morning walk so far out because the tide is so low.
Water.
And there's no water, so you can just walk on water.
It's really weird.
Yeah. So I took those images and we hung up by the pool all morning, and then that afternoon, 11 of us had a catamaran trip scheduled.
And we've done catamarans before. When we love catamarans, that's why we booked it, and it said sunset catamaran. So we were all like, we're going to meet in the lobby at 1:30 and blah blah blah. But then Jeremy, who is our Nexus advisor rep, who has been on everything, he helped us with the luggage. He's been helping us with everything. He reached out and goes, we're like, we're meeting in the lobby at 1:30. He's like, no, meet by the pool. And we're like, meet by the pool? Why?
They picked us up at the beach.
On the beach.
They picked us
We've
up on the
never
beach.
been picked up for a catamaran on the beach
And
before.
let's just say when we got on board the catamaran, it is the nicest catamaran I've ever been on in my entire life.
There
was
was
beds.
3 bedrooms
There's
in this
bedrooms in the
catamaran.
catamaran. There was a kitchen. We got to.
There was a
get on-
chef
There was a chef.
cooking for us.
We got on board and they're like, well, you guys can look up your music to that. So I played
There
our
was
music.
internet. I
We
called
had,
my
we had internet on the ship.
I tried to call my mom. She wasn't answering, but I called my sister and I was like, "Hi, I'm on a boat
Yeah.
in the middle of an ocean."
So they took us out towards the Pacific Ocean. We got to see Gorilla Head Island. I don't know if you guys saw the photo. It looks like a gorilla head.
Insane.
Yeah, and then we ended up seeing some dolphins.
Yes.
We got to see 2 kinds of dolphins. We got to see one with white spots. I don't remember their names right now. We saw a name later, but one with white spots and one that's a little darker. So we got to see a mom and baby dolphins as well.
It was incredible.
They brought us to a spot to snorkel. Nick tried to paddleboard. I don't know if you posted that video.
It's part of the.
Okay, it's part
yeah,
of
it
it?
has to be. It's part of the. It's
I
part of
haven't
the.
shared it everywhere else yet, but I had an issue paddleboarding.
It
It was a
I
little
didn't
hard.
make you look bad.
Okay,
I
good.
don't think
I
I
didn't
made you
fall
look
off my-
bad.
didn't fall
No, I
off?
didn't think I posted the fall off.
Okay, you
You
didn't-
were already in the water holding on, and you were with Lisa waving.
Okay,
But then
you
you were
didn't show
on.
me falling off.
You were on the one with your knees. I did
Okay.
have that one included.
I fell
I'm
off.
nice, you see.
I fell off.
He'd be the one laughing at me, putting the terrible things of me on the video.
I tried to
but you
stand
see,
up
I
and
have
I
respect.
completely fell off. It was insane. I tried it, I wanted to try it.
What was really cool too is they actually had a floating mat if you wanted to leave on floating
got
mat. They
pussy
had
plates.
noodles, and then a bunch of us actually jumped in one of the smaller boat that was pulled behind us, and they drove us to this beach. And on this beach, there was these 2 caves with waves coming into it. You got to take these pictures. It was insane. It was absolutely incredible. There were so many people there. It was beautiful. And then we got back to the
They
boat.
made us dinner.
They made us chicken and pigs.
They fresh cut pineapple from
Uh-huh.
Costa Rica.
And apparently their tradition when they cut their pineapple, they swagger it. I don't know how to
Swagger?
I don't know.
Whoa, swagger.
They swagger it.
Swagger.
It's wiggity wiggity. I don't know. I can't.
They stagger it.
They stag. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why
Stagger it.
swagger came up. They're very swaggery, but
So they stagger the cuts.
it's beautiful. Like
We
the best-
had the food was so good. They had chicken, they had plantains, they had dips, they had nacho
Yeah.
chips.
and many cocktails.
Yes, and what was so cool about this trip is every time we've done a catamaran, we always were with other people.
Yeah.
This was a private catamaran.
We
for
were only
just
11
of us.
11 of us on this
So
catamaran.
we had the use of the entire ship. We could go wherever we wanted.
Yeah.
There was never people in the way.
There was
It
2
There was
bathrooms.
2 bathrooms. We had we could
It
do
was
anything we wanted.
Spotless
Yeah.
too. Our Jose, the chef, was amazing.
Andres.
Andres,
The captain.
the captain. There's one more. I always
Yeah,
forget his name. Oh no, Andreas was not the captain. He was the other guy. The other guy was the captain. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Andreas was the guy who was in charge. One who spoke the most English, I think,
Yeah.
actually.
And then they drove us back towards our hotel. And when they got back to the bay of our hotel, they stopped. And then the sunset
We
you
just
guys
got to
saw was literally Pacific Ocean between 2 rocks. And we literally saw
It was-
the ball of the sun slowly dip itself inside water, which we had never seen before. We've seen
Yeah.
sunsets,
Yeah.
we've
Not like
seen
that.
we've seen sunsets. There's always stuff in the way, there's a tree and there's a
Except for
sunset
in
setting,
Colombia.
right? No, even there.
Yeah,
mountains.
there's mountains. You're right.
We've
There's
never
mountains.
seen the sun orb touch the water and really disappear behind the water. So I think you included that video in
I
the
did.
video, right? So it was an amazing experience. We got back, we went for more dinner because
Yeah.
all of us were.
Well,
still
by the
hungry.
time, because we ate around 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it was by the time, of course, you're at an all-inclusive resort. What do you do a lot? You eat. We're not gonna
Yeah.
be honest. We're gonna be honest. We
We're
eat.
not gonna be honest.
We're gonna be honest,
You
of
said
course.
not.
We're not gonna be honest. We eat.
Yeah, we eat. We've been really good at, we're being active. We're getting our wings every day. You guys have seen us doing our challenge, and we'll talk about Kickstart right now
Yeah.
because even though we're on vacation, we're not throwing everything out.
Nope.
We're not, overindulging in everything.
I went green today on Shape-Up, which I'm okay with.
I'm
I'm on
still teal.
vacation.
I'm still teal. I know I'm gaining a bit of weight, but I'm not
Yeah,
gaining a
same.
lot. And what we're doing is that we're trying to, marry our activity with what we're eating. So for breakfast, I'm still having fruit for breakfast, but today I had a cheese omelet with it, a cheese and broccoli omelet. I told her to tack on the broccoli because I love broccoli. So I was like, just keep adding broccoli to that omelet for me. And so we've been trying to do as best as we can for every meal, being active. We'll talk about our excursions because they've been very active excursions as
Well,
well.
and you know what? It's really funny. There's a saying in our room, like, because this is a movie-based resort, and
Yeah.
it's from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it's something I don't have the exact uh I don't have the exact wording, but it's in the sense like, stop living your life.
Unplug, replug.
Okay, sorry, we have the iPad on, so we can see all of you on the screen as well. It's about live your life to the fullest, because you know what? In the blink of an eye, you don't know what could happen, and a lot of times we don't live our lives, and we miss out on so much because we don't want to. We're trying to do something else, and you know what? You still have to enjoy your life, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to enjoy our life, but yet do it within moderation, and know when we come home, we're gonna go back to who we were before.
Yeah. And so like I said, we've both been trying our best to live our vacation life, but also try to maintain some sense of we're still trying to be healthy. And so active, always including veggies in our meals. I've not been drinking too much because the resort has Pepsi products and no amaretto. So I've not been drinking much. But yesterday, we'll talk about that. We bought some yesterday at the store. A little bit on that, a little bit. So
So anyways, so after we did the catamaran, the very next day it was
I went to bed early again.
Nick went to bed early that night.
It's a common theme.
And then again, myself, Pam, and Trish, we stayed out a little bit later. Everybody else went to bed.
A little later, 1 a.m.
That was the first night.
Oh,
The
that's the first
second
night?
night, every other night, I've been in bed by 11 o'clock, honey.
You've been pretty good.
I've been in bed by 11 o'clock, so but you know what? This is what's really nice about this is it's not a party resort. I'll
Yeah.
say this. We've gone to a lot of other places, and
This is a very relaxed.
it's a very, very zen, relaxed resort. We have fun still during the day, but it's not. And I know this is gonna sound weird, and I'm not trying to diss anything, but if you're going to a resort that might be a little less expensive, a lot of younger people will be more tempted to go there because, first of all, they can afford it, and they want to party, so they're gonna be drinking all day, all night,
Doesn't
nonstop.
happen here much.
This is not that type of place. It's a lot more an older crowd or people with children.
Yeah.
There are some kids around, adorable. Oh my God, I have to talk about that in a bit, but we will.
Yeah. So that next day we woke up, it was Monday, was our first day at the resort all day. So what we did that day is we just spent time by the beach,
By the
by the
pool.
pool. We went for a walk on the beach.
I got to see monkeys. There's
Yeah,
like a
there's
bunch of
monkeys
monkeys on the beach, and they steal your food and they steal your cookies. You could feed them cheesies. They love cheesies.
Yeah. Well, I do too, so I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And so we did that for Monday. On Monday night, we again had dinner with everybody at the buffet. That night, was that the night with the silent disco? Or was that last night?
Was that silent disco?
Yes, it was. No, it wasn't Monday. It was.
No.
Yes, it was. Because we're Wednesday. It was Monday night.
What was
Monday
last? I thought last night was silent disco.
No, last night was Queen.
Oh, you're right. So Monday night was silent disco
Yeah,
night.
yeah. So we danced till 10.
Yes,
I went
we
to bed
danced.
at 10.
We danced till 10, and I will say something. It was so amazing. There was this one
We
little.
brought everyone to the dance.
Yeah,
floor.
there was nobody dancing the side of the disco. No one was.
We started
came
line
out-
dancing
They
a bit.
were, but they were dancing out in their small little corners. No one was dancing in front of the DJ. So we walked out and we're like,
Let's
let's
just
start
dance.
dancing. So we started dancing. Everybody started joining in, and that was great. And at one point, there was this one little boy who was standing beside us, and he was dancing.
Dancing
He
at
knew
the door.
all the words.
Yeah.
And it got to me because I could see myself. That was me as a child. And to see his parents just letting him be him and just dancing. I went up to him and I said,
Don't
don't
change.
ever change. Don't ever change. Always be this way. And I just gave him a fist bump. And his mom came after me, or somebody came up to me afterwards and said, thank you so much for saying that to him, because I never want him to change either. And it just like really touched me, because all I could see was like, oh my God, like I can't believe he knew words to songs, like Michael Jackson songs. Like, and he still had a 9 or 10-year-old. So we were like, where do you know this music? Right? Like you could see he's been influenced by his parents and his family, but it was beautiful to see. It was so touching. Like,
Yeah. And then so went to bed that night pretty early because we had an excursion the next day,
Yeah.
which was an amazing day.
OMG yesterday.
Our excursion yesterday was to a volcano. We've not posted all the photos and all the stuff we've done yet. Once you see the photos of what we saw, you guys will be like amazed at what we saw. We've learned a lot about how there's 19 volcanoes here
On the
Costa Rica.
island.
There's nine, it's not an island.
Yeah, sorry. I keep the
19, the
yeah,
country,
the
there's
country.
19 different volcanoes. They also have over 900 different bird
Bird
species
species.
in Costa Rica. There's so many different types of birds. So when
And
we,
2 types of mangoes.
no, like
More,
26
26 types of
26
mangoes.
types of
Yeah.
mangoes. So we woke up early, we came to have breakfast, we got on our bus, our tour guide was amazing.
Oh my goodness.
And what was cool, once again, the tour was just for us.
13 of us.
So 13 of us that were on this, part of our group, were on this excursion, just 13 of us again. We were driven to, it was a long drive, about an hour and a half, and we were driven to,
Well, we were driven to the volcano.
the volcano.
But what was funny is the tour guide goes, "Oh, by the way, so at the beginning of the tour, we're gonna get jump on horses." And we all went, "Horses? We're not supposed to go horseback riding. What do you mean we're going on horses?" We will have to go horseback riding up the mountain.
Yeah, they got us
Go
on
look at-
horses and I lost my phone
He
on,
lost
I
his
lost my
phone.
phone.
And the sabanero, that's
And-
how you say
and
cowboy here.
the hot
Oh, he was
cowboy,
beautiful.
went to rescue my phone for me.
He was a
He
beautiful
rode back down the
cowboy.
mountain. He grabbed my phone and came back and said, "Here you go." And I was
I
like, "Oh,
did not
thank
say
you, sir."
anything to Nick. He would have complained if I would have lost mine, but I was like, "You lost your phone."
It fell, I didn't lose it. I was going up the mountain and the horse was going fast and it fell out of my pocket. It was in my
He
pocket.
caught it right away.
And I said, "Oh my God, my phone fell out." And he went back to get it right away. So I didn't really.
I would have loved to
technically-
watch it because he dropped his hat
Yeah, and he went, not
and
my,
no,
the
he
cowboy.
the sabanero dropped his hat
Sabanero,
and how he scooped it up. We were like, damn.
I was just staring at him.
He was beautiful and he was such a nice
I
guy
was just
too.
staring at him. I was
He was
like,
a,
"He's so
he
pretty."
was, yeah.
Yeah. So once we got to the top of the mountain, what was cool too is that people who didn't want to ride horses were actually put on a vehicle to be brought up. So say you weren't comfortable riding horses, you didn't have to ride.
Yeah, that was
ride up with a
awesome.
horse. So when we got to the top, we were taking on a hike. The first hike was across a bridge. Lynn, you would have hated it. It was across a bridge,
It
and
was a small bridge.
it was a
though.
small bridge. That one you would have been fine
Yeah,
with.
she would have been fine.
And what's insane, and I don't think if you've ever been on a volcano before, the volcano always has clouds at the top of it. Every volcano here has that.
So there's
Why?
always mists.
Because the water from the water in a volcano always evaporates and creates clouds. So the entire time we were on this excursion, it was misting
It
on
was
us.
misting. They had told us to bring raincoats, but we were like, eh.
And the temperature here at this resort is like 40 during the day. It was 24 at the volcano.
So it cooled down.
Cooled down like crazy because of the height difference. So the first hike we did, we walked across the bridge, which had a humongous, beautiful waterfall. Then once you got across, you climbed down this huge cliff.
And then
with
you
steps,
walked
and you walked to this
into
beautiful.
a waterfall, almost like at the front of it.
Yeah, we were in front of another waterfall where we got beautiful pictures. We'll show you guys. Those will be posted soon. And then we went back on. We climbed back up the hill. That's what we're saying about. That's what we're saying about. We've been very active. It was a climb. So then we got to the top, and then we got to go on another walk. So on the other walk, you got to walk along a set of bridges on top beside the river. And when you got to this long suspension bridge, but see, the thing is that up there on the volcano, it's windy, very windy. And so
The guy's shirt was flying off. Like,
so as you're walking this
honestly.
bridge, it's swaying and it's windy.
And
So you're like going through a gale storm as you're going through the bridge.
And only 5 people at a time are allowed on the bridge because of
Glenn, you couldn't have done this bridge.
you would die on this
Yeah, you
one.
would have died on this bridge.
You would
I'm
not have
telling
made
you
it.
now.
Yeah.
We kept saying it we kept saying it, like Lynn couldn't do this.
My friend Heather, Pam, and Renee, and there's somebody else who was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I actually made this bridge."
Yeah. And then when you got to the other side of the bridge, you got to climb down and we got to take some amazing photos in front of a waterfall, another waterfall that was humongous.
Amazing.
It was insane to do.
Don't worry, I got my we got our regular photo
Yes,
taken.
yes.
I have choked Nick in front of the
Yes.
waterfall again. Don't worry,
You'll
it's
see
coming.
it,
It's
you'll
coming.
see it. Then we climbed back up again. We had to climb back to our car. We then were brought to a restaurant with local Costa Rican food. They asked us beforehand what each of us wanted. So
Yeah.
there was options of beef, pork, chicken, or
Chicken,
fish.
fish.
I chose chicken.
I chose chicken.
And then we just got to eat. It was a plate with rice,
Huge
beans,
plate.
chicken, fried plantain, a salad, and
A
then
pasta
a
salad.
pasta salad as well. And the lemonade they gave us,
It was delish.
delicious.
And our tour guide was phenomenal. He
Yeah.
was so funny. He was so friendly and so nice, so knowledgeable on stuff,
Yeah.
and just gave us so much information. Honestly, to the point where it was too much to even retain everything.
We then walked out of lunch. We then walked toward the the
hot
area with the
springs.
hot springs, and we got to go on a walk where the water was boiling beside us.
You could see and hear it bubbling.
The water is so hot, it was over 700 Fahrenheit, this water. And
Naturally.
when you were standing in certain spots, you saw no water, but you heard bubbling water under the ground where you were standing.
There was another spot too where he made us stand in a semicircle. He took a boulder about this big and he goes, feel the ground, like just make sure you're feeling this. And he dropped it,
and you felt
the
the wave.
hollowness underneath you.
You felt the wave of the ground.
We were
on
like,
your feet.
please don't cave in right now. That's all we can think of. Do not cave in. There's magma.
And then right after that, we got to go apply mud all over us.
All over us.
You'll see those photos of us full of mud. We got to go into hot springs. We got to
Cold plunge, hot
springs. And what was crazy is after we're done, our skins were
there were some interesting statues that were our showers. Wait till you see those.
Yeah.
You'll know why. I'm not going to tell you. You'll wait to see.
Surprise. And our skin was so soft after the actual.
Who needs skin so soft when you just need
like
some...
the clay that you put on? It was insane how soft they made our skin.
And they've actually even talked about the actual clay that we used. There was also the dark clay, and then there was red clay, and the red clay had even more healing properties, especially for pigmentation. So if you had skin pigmentation, you can use the red clay to actually help you with that. And he was telling us how expensive it's good for rosacea, it's good for
eczema.
Eczema, all sorts of that.
So that was that excursion. We then got back on our car. We came back to the resort. We come back around 5:30.
Yeah, it was 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
We stopped at a souvenir shop. We have a toucan ornament that says Costa Rica. So we have that.
So just the ornament so far.
Just the ornament so far. We then got back to the resort. We had dinner last night again at the buffet.
Yeah.
And then it was Queen's night. So Nick went to bed at 8:30 last night.
Jean-Luc didn't, but he went to bed by 11. But how funny is this? There was another karaoke night. There was a whole new crowd. It was not as busy, but there are a few of us who were like, okay, the Queen band was great, but it's just not our thing. So Jacob, my friend, went in. He went and got a drink at the bar, and he's like, I sang a song while I did. So I went in. I sang a song, and they kept making me sing over and over.
And I know you hated that.
And it was cool. But then at one point, the karaoke host started harmonizing with me. I've never sang with someone who normally it takes time to harmonize with people. Him and I just like blended. His name was Haas. And even today, he came up to me at the bar and gave me this huge hug. They made me sing Hallelujah twice.
I know you keep saying they made you.
No, because he asked me. That's making you sing. You're annoying.
I am annoying.
Yes, you are. So I did that. It was a great evening. It was so much fun, but got to bed at around 11 o'clock because we had another early morning this morning.
Yeah, so we woke up this morning because we had another excursion today. Today we're going to the animal park. So we got up for breakfast. We went to meet up with our driver at 8. They drove us to this amazing eco park, adventure park near the Ryu, which was so funny because we actually saw the Ryu.
Rustic Mama ladies
Mama went last in December. We saw the resort they went to. And when we got there, we were brought down because everything's on hills here.
Yeah.
There's no flat terrain, like I said earlier. Everything is hills. So we were at the top of the hill, and they brought us down in a car through this area with all the animals. And yes, I saw my toucan. I have a selfie with a toucan. I got to see 4 of them, 2 different kinds. One was a rainbow kind, one was a yellow-throated.
Yellow-throat, yeah.
Yellow-throat toucans. They were so cute.
We got to see cheetahs.
Yes, we got to see cheetahs. No, pumas.
Pumas.
Jaguars. We got to see monkeys. We got to see so many animals today. I can't even name them all.
No, there were so many. And like, look at this. Look. Oh, you can't see it there. Sorry. We'll post them.
They'll be posted. But we saw it.
And so our tour guide said you have to be back to the main area by 11:30. So at one point we had told everybody, do whatever you need, and then let's make.
Well, it's hard when you're doing something like this. You know, as much as you want to stay as a group, some people want to see snakes.
We did not want to see snakes.
I was not going to the snake area, and not just that. I saw one green one,
and we were like
distance, and I was like, I ain't going over there. I can see the green thing standing on that branch back there. I just went like this and walked towards the crocodiles instead.
We got to see all the kitties though, which were adorable. Yeah. We saw a cute fox. But oddly enough, when we got back to the area that shuttled us back to the main restaurant, spot.
Welcome center.
Well, thank you, the Welcome Center. We jumped onto this open air truck. And as they were driving, it stopped to let people off because there's different types of excursions and activities. One is like you could see like a traditional home and how they work, how they used to live, and blah blah blah, and which was great. But we weren't part of that. But it also said walk to the Welcome Center. And we all looked at each other. We're like, we can walk.
Okay.
Let's
We also, and we had not just us, so Lisa and Robert joined us, and Sherry.
And Sherry was with us as
So
well.
on the way, we're walking along, and it's like, oh, look, a banana plant. Oh, look, a pickle plant. All these like,
And then, oh look, a cow.
a cow. So we ended up going to this area where there was farm animals, and we got to pet cows, donkeys, sheep, chickens,
Rabbits.
rabbits, and pigs.
Yeah.
And we got to feed them.
Well, the funny thing is, the gentleman's like, "Oh, are you here for the eco or for the this special part of the tour?" We're like, "No, we didn't pay for that. We're just walking through." He gave us these like tons of carrots. It's like, how have fun and feed them. So you actually got to go into the enclosure.
I got the pig bunnies.
The cow was so cute.
Yeah.
The pigs, the sheep were like nonstop, like asking for carrots. So that was like such a weird experience that we
And
weren't
then we kept
expecting.
walking, and we realized that we have to go up a hill. Let's just say this was a very high hill to climb. And thankfully Nick brought water, because Sherry halfway through was like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I'm getting dizzy. We're like, here's the water. And she made it to the top, and I told her, you just went through what Lynn and my mom went through when we went to the West Coast.
It was so funny because when we got to the top, the zip lining, oh my God, if we could have, we would have zip lined. They have a Superman zip line. So you're on your stomach face down and you're zip lining across the mountains. And we're like, oh, we would have loved to have done it. It just wasn't in the cards, which is fine. We zip lined before. But as we got up, and we were not winded, but it was a trek.
And that's what I wanted.
And the
to
guy,
say.
but the guy that came up goes, "How was ziplining?" We're like, "We didn't zip line. We just climbed it out." And that was it. They started laughing because they thought we
But
were.
we wanted to note that because we said, yes, 2 days ago on Tuesday, we did all those hikes, with the bridges and all that, right? And then the next day, today, we climbed up the mountain. Jean-Luc and I were able to do all that in 40-degree weather here today, because it was hot and you guys can all vote who there with us today. They're all saying yes. We have an audience here with us watching us. It was hot today where we were, and we climbed that mountain and we got to the top and we were both fine. And so, you know what, like I look at that as like, as much as we've gained some weight in the last few years, and as much as we're not where we used to be, we're still very fit.
Paul said it.
Yeah.
2 steps forward and 1 step back. You're still 1 step forward.
And even Sherry,
Yeah.
like she climbed that mountain. Like as much as she can say like she was winded, she did it. She climbed that mountain. It was not easy.
And it doesn't matter if you're winded or not, you still do it. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. And I think that's a huge thing too, is we always think we have to be quick and do it right away and get it done perfectly. And again, we're just telling you, no, it has nothing to do with the journey. It's the fact that you're doing something about it and you're doing something.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
So we got back today. We all had lunch. All 13 of us had lunch at the buffet together. We then went to the pool.
And there was the foam party at 3 o'clock. We got full of foam. It was fun.
I got hit in the head with
Oh my
balls
God.
times.
So did I.
Face.
There
We're
was
used to that.
so many freaking balls everywhere. It was nonstop. And I'm not talking about like baseball. They were like huge, like blow up balls. It was insane.
And then we stayed at the pool till 5 and then came here to get ready for the show tonight.
And then we have a reservation at 7 o'clock for dinner and at the steakhouse with a few people. And then we actually were able to reserve 2 group dinners for Thursday and Friday night for everybody.
Tomorrow night we're going to teppanyaki. So for those who know, it's when they cook in front of you, the Japanese cooking.
Yeah.
We have that tomorrow night, and then on Friday night we have a dinner at the Tex-Mex
restaurant.
Yeah, at the Tex-Mex restaurants, which we were hoping to get Italian. I love Italian, but it wasn't in the card, so
it wasn't meant to be.
We'll make do with Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
And so we've been having a great time. Like I said earlier today, I'm a little bit behind posting things and catching up on stats, so I know you guys understand. And I will catch up tomorrow. That's my plan, is to tomorrow morning I'll have time to actually sit down and upload stuff.
Our next 2 days are resort days.
Yes.
We aren't going anywhere. We have the 4 people standing beside us are actually going on a boat tour, if I'm not mistaken. They're gonna see like crocodiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like honestly. And when we drove in, there's a bridge. We forgot. There's a bridge that you drive across.
We saw a crocodile.
We saw a crocodile today. It was huge. And I zoomed in and I'm like, oh my God. And honestly, there was barely no water in there.
Yeah.
But just a few months ago, the water was up to the bridge, and it is a
Their
really,
rainy season is
it's
rainy.
crazy.
They get a ton of rain. It's tropical, right? It's a jungle, so they get a lot of rain during the rainy season. And so, we're lucky because we're here at the dry season. It hasn't rained once. It's
No.
hot here.
It's hot.
When we tell you guys it's hot, it's really, really hot here. And we're not complaining.
No.
You guys
Stating
in your,
facts.
you guys in
Stating
your
facts.
Toronto or
We
your
apologize
winter,
for all
winter
the winter
areas.
wonderland.
Yeah, all of you in your winter places, we're not complaining. We're enjoying the heat.
Yes.
We're just stating a fact that it's really hot here compared to like Dominican or
Yeah.
other places we've been, because it's not the same kind of heat.
It's
We're
a
near
dry heat.
we're near the equator.
Yeah.
We're near the equator, so the heat is constant and it doesn't get cold at night. It's always hot.
We've both been to Panama. Well, we've been to Panama together years back, and it's very similar to Panama. But I feel like at night it's not as
It's
there's
just the same.
there's still a breeze though.
There's no
Because
breeze right now.
no, there's none right now.
You're sweating.
I am sweating. And it's schwitzing just a little bit. But I have pants on, linen pants. I love wearing my linen pants.
So our next few days are gonna be relaxing. We're gonna catch up on our videos and photos. We're gonna make sure to enjoy our vacation. We're gonna try not to sunburn ourselves. No sunburns for us. We're gonna keep applying it. We've actually finished a full bottle, like we said earlier, so we actually had to buy another one because we ran out, so.
And honestly, the first day was because of the catamaran. It was not only just a sunburn, it was a windburn, right? Because the wind on the catamaran was nonstop. And the catamaran, it's not like you're inside a covered area. You're on you're in an open space on top of a boat on water. So what is the worst thing? Water, the sun reflects off the water and it just lands on you and you just get colored like you do. And we kept like lathering it on, and so we appreciate the concern. We really do.
You don't have to worry. We're
But
good.
you don't have to worry. We promise we're wearing it. We promise.
All the time.
I think we're even gonna make a TikTok about it.
Yeah,
just to be
tomorrow.
funny.
We could make a TikTok about it. We're just gonna apply sunscreen all day. And that's so 2 announcements for everybody. Our Tupperware parties end tonight. For those of you in Canada, we already know that there's gonna be 3 prizes of $200 worth of products.
Yes.
So for those of you who bought products in Canada, Sylvia will be going live tonight to actually do the draw for us. We're actually not going to do the draw. She'll do it tonight and she'll let us know who wins. For our US participants, we do have enough sales to actually have products there as well. So we are going to get in touch with the lady who's been running it for us and find out information. We'll have a draw
when we come back.
If you still want Epicure stuff, you still have until tonight to actually purchase.
Tupperware, not Epicure.
Sorry, Tupperware. Tip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Tupperware. If you guys still want some Tupperware, you haven't ordered it, you're still thinking about it, just go to jeanlucandnick.com/Tupperware-US for our US people, or jeanlucandnick.com/Tupperware-Canada for Canadians.
You have till 9 p.m.
Yeah, ask in the group if you need the link.
However, don't feel like you have to do it tonight. If in a couple of months you're still interested, we've actually now become Tupperware reps.
Well, we didn't.
Not really reps.
Sylvia actually gave us membership. She
Yes,
bought our membership.
She purchased the membership for us
because we made so many sales through all of you. She said, you guys have given me so much. I'll just buy you guys a Tupperware membership. So if people ever want to order, you can just order through you guys going forward. And we're very grateful.
And as we've always done, and we will always do, whatever we earn will come right back to the community. It's not that we don't want it.
It's just we love doing these things.
We want to bring it back. That's what our goal is always bringing it back to you guys. So that is number one thing.
The other announcement is the Epicure stuff. For those of you wondering about what's going on with Epicure, we found out Friday before we left that they closed. They were put into a trustee.
Yeah.
And what we've been told now is that there's a possibility that they'll be purchased by another company, so they might come back. We don't know what's happening. We have no information as ambassadors. We're not told anything. We have exact same information you guys all have. What we've heard though is that orders are being fulfilled. So those of you who ordered from us, you will be getting your stuff. So just be patient. You're actually fulfilling those orders. That's what we've heard. We haven't heard about, the event we did. We haven't heard about if we're ever going to get compensated for.
No one knows any of that.
We don't know anything.
We do know, however, there are people that are saying they are receiving the order they just made. So keep an eye out for any orders that you have made prior to this announcement. We're hoping that they do at least make good on those, because that's important to not only us, but to the customers that are out there. And we have to think of it this way. There's a lot of people that lost their livelihood because of this. Okay, so we really want to respect that. We are hurt and upset, but guess what? There's other things out there that are worse for some than others, and we need to make sure that we're supporting them in the ways that we can.
Exactly. And I think there was something else I wanted to know to talk about.
I don't remember.
Maybe it's not important.
Maybe it's
Trying
not.
to think.
Maybe it's a lie.
It's not a lie. It's just something I thought of and I lost my train of thought. What was it? You keep talking.
I hate when he does that to me. You keep talking.
Because I'll think of what.
But I don't remember. You're putting me on the spot, and I don't know what to talk about.
You can always talk.
So can you. You're the one that
Yes,
talks.
but I'm trying to think of my thing, and now you're making me forget it even more. Just talk.
So on.
Okay, he closes everything.
Now I close everything because I want to see the message. Hello. I'm looking for the message. Message, quick questions. I have a question, and she was.
Reply.
Yes, Sylvia is amazing. Honestly, she's been sending us messages. We're definitely a little married couple. Trust me. Trust me.
Trust me. We bicker all the time.
Oh yeah, we bicker. And you know what? That's who we are.
That's
who we are. We're never gonna change.
Yeah,
Like I know people who make comments. Oh, I feel so bad because Jean-Luc cuts him off. I'm like, he cuts me off just as much. And
I don't cut you off just as much. I'm sorry. It's not true. That's a lie.
We've got like, oh, honestly, you know what you guys remind me of right now? The two guys from the Muppets on the balcony that are laughing. There's not two over here. There's four though.
So we're, that was the other announcement. I remembered. See, thank you. So another announcement.
I know, I'm amazing like that.
Today, Maui got his stitches out.
Hey, thank you, Rosie.
Rosie brought Maui to the vet for us, and as you guys will go back and rewind the story, 2 weeks ago we had to get Maui. We got Maui neutered, but when he was neutered, one of his
testicles never descended.
So they had to go search for it, and because of that, they had to cut him up a lot longer. His scar was pretty long. We saw his scar; it was a very long scar. And so it was almost like his entire side was cut up. And so because of that, they had to put him in a onesie and he had to get the stitches removed today. And we're freaking out like, oh my God, we're on a vacation. How are we going to get his stitches removed? And Rosie, who's watching Maui right now, Maui, Seba, and Peru, you guys have seen her videos. And
he's doing fabulous.
She took him to the vet today to get his stitches removed. And now he's no longer wearing his pink onesie.
No, and he's happy to be home because he doesn't like the vet at all. She's like, wow, that was an interesting.
He growled at the vet.
We're like, yeah, we know.
We know he's not happy at the vet.
No,
he hates the vet now. So,
but yet again, if we wouldn't have asked for help, we wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
So ask for help, people.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He's doing good.
Yeah.
Rosie sent us a video of him tonight. After she came back, he was running around like normal. He no longer has his onesie, so he's probably happy because he hated wearing it. Even though he was really cute in it.
But he was adorable.
He was adorable in his onesie.
I want to dress them up like his Mr. and Mrs. Claus next year for Christmas.
Yes, thank goodness for Rosie. And she
she thank goodness for all our meow towns.
Yeah,
like every single one of the ones who wash our cats for us. Yeah,
we're very thankful.
Not only they are our meow towns, they're our accountability buddies. Because you know what? We need them too, people. We do need them.
Yeah.
And every single one of you, if you do not have one, we definitely recommend finding someone, even if it's someone you don't see all the time, but someone you can message, someone you could just bounce ideas off, someone you can
tell that
you can have verbal diarrhea.
I'm not wearing sunscreen. Send. Today.
And again, we've said this before. Someone you could say, I'm not looking for you to give me the answer to what I'm going to tell you right now, but I just need to tell someone because if I put it out there, it will help me.
So I think that's it for tonight.
That is it, because I'm hungry and we're gonna go eat in
15 minutes. So I hope you're all having a great time wherever you are.
Someone did ask about our tracking. And honestly, as far as tracking goes, we haven't been tracking our food. It's very difficult to track food right now. We've been doing and we've been making choices the best we can. Yes, there's ice cream. I'm having ice cream. I haven't eaten ice cream at home once. I'm eating ice cream.
My dessert today at lunch was fries with cheese.
He made himself a poutine without gravy.
That was my dessert today. I wanted it. I had it. Yeah. It's just, I'm on vacation. I'm doing as best as I can every meal. I'm trying not to have 2 plates. I'm doing the best that I can, but I can't. We've been very honest with all you guys from the beginning. You have to enjoy life. If you're going to a vacation and the entire time you're there, all you're going is like, oh my God, I can't have this. I can't drink this. I can't do that. You're going to end up hating your diet that you're on. You're going to end up looking at what you're doing with a negative light because you're just never happy because you're never getting to do what you want to do. So what it is we do is we try to balance. We're not taking the elevator. We're not taking the shuttle. We hiked on 2 days. We actually took a walk on
On the
Monday.
beach.
And so we're trying to do stuff to kind of counterbalance the extra food we're having. And we know once we get back home, we're gonna be right back in step class,
Yep.
right back to doing everything.
I
we're doing.
missed step. I'm not gonna
Yeah, we
lie.
missed
I
step.
definitely missed step.
I couldn't teach step here.
No, my God. I think we'd be winded by song 1.
2 seconds and be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like it's so hot.
It's so hot.
And like at
Definitely.
8 a.m. it's hot. It's not like it's the other day. The other day we're in the pool. The last little story before this, guys. We're in the pool with Jacob and Pam, who have come on this trip with us. And he's in the pool. He goes, my God, it's hot. I'm like, yeah, it's 10 a.m. and it was only 10
And it was
a.m.
hot.
and it was hot. That's not even 2 p.m. It was 10 a.m. It was killer
Listen,
hot.
Yeah.
So
But worth it.
yes.
But worth it. So on that note,
Well, end the live
we are
feed,
gonna end the live feed, and we aren't gonna probably stick around
No.
too long on Zoom because we do have people waiting for us, and we have to bring all of this equipment back to the room,
which is down a hill.
which is down a hill.
A slight
Oh my
hill.
God, I feel like my parents. I've got to go down a hill with snowshoes. Oh wait,
Uphill
there's
both
no
ways.
snowshoes here. Never mind.
Uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways on my back.
On that note, thank you for joining us, everybody, and hope you have a great night.
Stick around real quick, Zoom.